Hey guys, it's Luke here from 2129C, and today I'm here with Team 96969W Smooth Operator, and we're going to be doing an interview and just kind of talking about how Vex is in like Taiwan and across seas. So can you guys introduce yourselves and kind of just like tell me about your team and then also like your role on your team?
So we're 96969W, the Smooth Operators. So we're based in Pacific American School, an American school in Hsinchu, Zhubei. And I'm the builder. My name is Leo.
My name is Ian, and I'm the driver of the team.
My name is Gianna, I'm the coder.
My name is Max, and I'm the strategist.
My name is Vanessa, I'm the coder too.
So this interview is not going to be like, it's not going to be like one of those like Vex ones. It's going to be just more casual, right? Because and a lot of the questions were all asked from like the Robotics community, from teams here from the US. So let's get started with some of these questions. So to start off, let's see. Okay, so who's your favorite American team? Or just like give your top three.
229B, Ace Robotics.
Yeah.
145Z, Pink Shine Unicorns. And maybe 2129C. It's
Okay, well, that seems okay. Thank you.
But you guys started the season a little late, so
Yeah, of course.
you guys are
So how long do you guys spend like a week on robotics? What do you think?
Maybe like if we don't have an upcoming competition, maybe like 1 hour per day. But if like there's a competition on the weekend, we'll like spend at least 12 hours a week. So yeah.
Like at least 12 hours a week, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so how does like being outside of the US affect like your building, considering like delivery time? Because I think like I know like because I'm in Texas, right, and like the Vex headquarters is like right here, so like we can like order it, and like after a day or two we can just go and like pick it up, which is like kind of crazy. We can go pick up our supplies.
The long delivery time is like a major issue we faced, especially in Taiwan, since there's like customs and especially customs, since Taiwan is, not in a great state. And so for our robot, we usually have to either draw our CAD first to order our parts. And this is especially hard since the Taiwan Vex schedules are very tight. So if we mess up one single robot and we didn't order a single part, we might like find other teams that are willing to give us that part since yeah.
Right. That definitely seems a lot more like challenging, and that definitely like puts more of a toll on like having to like really focus on like your design and making an excellent design the first time, right? Yeah, that's really impressive. So okay, that kind of like builds into the next question. So what's your favorite part to like build? Like what's your favorite mechanism?
So going into Worlds, we really would like to see like tier 3 climbs, but for us we're not planning on designing a tier 3 climb because we realized that the 12 points is not just it's, even though it's important, it can be counterbalanced by our driver practicing defense on the ladders. So tier 3 climb takes time. So as long as our driver like defends until like the 8 seconds or like the 7 seconds, it really shouldn't matter. So we're more looking forward to building a light robot that is designed to the strategy for our driver to be more agile.
Yeah, so for teams that are watching right now, kind of what they're saying is like just a lot of defense in that last 30-second protection period, right? Because even though you can be protected while hanging, right, you have to have 2 points of your robot contact that bar, right, before you're fully protected. So in a lot of those high-level matches, as long as like they can like, as long as they don't get both like edges of their hang aligned and touching the bar, you can keep defending them. So I think that's a good strategy. Yeah, I also see you have your robot there. Could you tell me a little bit about your robot?
So this is our World's robot we're planning to use. So it's a very conventional Lady Brown, but it's really lightweight. We really minimize all the weight that is not necessary. So almost the whole robot is built out of L channels. It's inspired by Ace Robotics, of course. As we talked about, it's one of our favorite teams. However, we designed the robot to implement to our driver strategy. So our driver tends to be more violent with the robot and moves around the field faster. So our robot needs to be sturdy but also fast, because we realize that even if we don't have the tier 3 climbs, we need to be able to play wall stakes really fast. And if our robot is light, and then there's a possibility of us getting pushing around. So our robot needs to have a higher top speed to avoid those pushing. So that's really the design process behind this robot.
That's cool. Yeah. So I see you have those two, like there's like two 36 teeth gears up there. So is your RPMs at like 12 to 36? That would make it what, like it's like 66 RPM, something like that.
Yeah, it's two 5.5 quads right here, and then that's 12 to 36. Yeah.
Yeah, I see a flex wheel. Actually, no, never mind. That's just the intake. Sorry. But yeah, it looks really, really light. What do you think the final weight's gonna be? Like 10, 11 pounds maybe? Sorry. Oh, actually, I'm using the burger weights. I don't really know what's it gonna be in kilograms. What, like 4.5, 5?
Our old robot is like 9.6 kilograms, which is like super heavy. And we're hoping our robot could at least cut that in half, especially after all the
that would be crazy, yeah.
channels we use.
So what about the notebook? Do you guys have like any like tips for the notebook, or like how is the notebook different like in your region? Is there like any like do you guys find anything like different from like some of the competitions you go to or Worlds? Very vague question. Sorry.
So we think that we have separated our notebook into 7 sections, I believe. And I think the most important part is to you have to use your photos to explain your building process or coding process. That is really important. Yeah. And also testing and experiments. They are also really important. We found out that judges tend to like testing processes in our notebook, so I believe it's important.
I see.
So one big difference between Taiwanese notebooks between the American notebooks, Taiwanese judges tend to prefer more words. They want the notebook to look like a research paper, and they don't like too much color or too much pictures. But the other have American schools judges, they prefer to have colorful and like
a picture book, because yeah. So have you guys heard about the 3 win conditions, right? Because I think a lot of US teams are always talking about those 3 win conditions, right? One of them being the autonomous bonus, right? And then the third goal, and then also those wall stake control. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think is the most important one?
I think that it's important to get the third goal during the autonomous, but it allows teams to get better starting position for the game. But if the defense is not that good, it's risky to get the third goal because you might lose 4 points.
I see. Okay, now going back to a pretty casual question. So how many years have you guys been doing Vex each?
2 years, 2 years, 3 years? 4 years.
This is my 4th.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very experienced, I see. So what do you think is your favorite game then in the past couple of years?
I like Tipping Point really much. It's my.
This is a lot like Tipping Point then. So I'm guessing you like this game as well a little bit.
So early on in the season, we realized that it's really similar to Tipping Point. So we looked at a lot of clamp designs from Tipping Point because the goals are a lot bigger, and having a smaller mechanism would help. So inspiration. It also helps us in our notebook. So we really recommend teams to early seasons to look at past similar robotics games to inspire them for designing their new season robot.
So one challenge of this season is that the tipping point goal is really deep. So your clamp should point really deep. But for this season, the goal was not that deep. So it's hard to. It's always been a challenge for us to design our clamp.
Oh right, yes, and also with the tipping point goal, it's circular on the inside, right? And this one is there's these edges on the inside, right? So then you have to press on the sensor instead of pulling in. I thought that was an interesting design change that teams had to make.
He
I'm actually so shocked. You guys all of your English is like so good. It's like it's like better than mine.
Makes
No,
sense.
it's not. No.
so like
Oh yeah.
good.
And by the way,
But-
here's their old robot, and they kind of wanted to tell us more about this.
So like you asked what is one part? I personally like really like this part, like the really short chain. You can see this like this chain part
Oh.
is really short.
Yeah, I remember doing a robot like that too. I had like a lot of problems with like transitioning, and I feel like you guys having that extending downwards, right, could help a lot with the transition, right? I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like other teams that like long chains and like were afraid that it broke, and then like it's not a problem, and like we got inspiration from other teams, and then like we really like I personally really like this short chain design, and I hope the builder could change the new robot to this short chain design.
Furthermore, we also realized that there was certain issues that we saw was unattended for our two-stage intake, and one of them was actually ring filtering. Because during the start of our season, we thought that we didn't really need it,
Yeah,
especially
a lot of teams didn't
this
think
week.
they needed.
Since the first of all, our intake during the start of the season was pretty slow, so we could effectively like spit out
Like
spit
manually
out
sort it?
the- Yeah, and then we realized that afterwards we needed a ring filter, especially for auto skill, since one single ring could just ruin our run. But we also realized that it was extremely hard to actually calculate when to stop our top intake in order to flip this ring out, because of it being two stages and there being like being extremely hard to calculate and predict where this ring will actually latch onto.
Right.
The front intake, and this actually caused us to eventually use a piston puncher in order to get rid of rings, which also had a certain issue.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing 18522R using that like super early on as well.
Yeah,
Very
we took kind of inspiration from 18522R. Like these 8-inch flex wheels were an inspiration. But however, we realized that having a piston is more effective because the timing to like some stopping intakes wouldn't be as effective, and it would just stop and then keep
Oh.
end up to the goal.
Because there's a lag time when the distance sensor senses the ring and then make it to take action. Like it has a time and it's hard to control. Like each time either it flies it already going to the stake or it doesn't short.
Yeah, you mean like optical sensor, right?
So during early testing, we used an optical and a distance to like make it more accurate.
Yeah.
However, he said there's a reaction time to the distance sensor, and it wouldn't exactly go as we wanted. So we will end up just scoring the blue rings or red rings accidentally.
I see. Okay, it's interesting. But yeah, you guys think that like Lady Brown is the move, is like the way to go for Worlds? Yeah.
Like the arm part and the Lady Brown, they have all like their negative parts because like we deal with this part like for a long time because we didn't have a mechanism to when the ring goes in and we stop them. Like it's in one piece. So like when we want to redirect, it's like either it doesn't go in or it doesn't come out.
Yeah,
so, like,
I see.
It's hard. But Lady Brown, we found a problem that it's hard to find the position that the ring could like really go onto the holder and then going.
I mean, yeah.
and the height of-
I mean, as long as you have a rotational sensor, you should be fine, right? Because if you start it on the same spot, and then with a rotational sensor and a PID, then you can just like make it go to the same spot every time,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. This is Team 9696W, and yeah, go follow their Instagram or other socials, and yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this interview. I hope.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hope everyone watching this was able to learn a lot about Vex in other regions. All right. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.